What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Make It Kustom. I got a couple announcemements to make. First things first, I want to thank everybody for all the comments and stuff in the last couple videos. I know that you're feeling our pain of moving shops and stuff, but I just really appreciate all the support there. We do believe that we've found our new location, and we're looking forward to moving at the end of October. Second thing on the list of announcements is we have partnered with Speedline Filmworks. They're an incredible film company that have made a documentary about us, about the truck. We're really, really excited for this. It's coming out in the middle of October on September 29th. If you're local, we're premiering it at the Twilight Drive-In. If you don't know where that is, it is the only drive-in movie theater left in the Lower Mainland, BC, where we live, and we've rented it for the whole evening. We're gonna show not only the documentary, but a bunch of short episodes of the making of this documentary, and I'm saying that there's like hundreds and hundreds of, if not quadruple digit hours in this film. The film is short, so that's how much time and passion has gone into this film, as well as the shorts making the film. I put the truck to the test, whipping it sideways across dirt roads on mountains and doing burnouts and launching. I broke stuff. I broke this window. I broke my rear end. I broke the motor, actually. Caught the truck on fire even. Pretty hectic time, but all worth it because what they've put together is absolutely incredible. So that is coming in the middle of October for everybody to see, but if you are local, get your tickets online. You can go to metalreborn.com, click through the links to get you to buy your online tickets for the Twilight Drive-In on September 29th. That is a Wednesday. We do have a holiday the very next day, so we're gonna be showing American Graffiti and Christine after we show this documentary. Speedline Filmworks has a YouTube channel that you should also check out. That is where the documentary will land in October. We're not sure the exact date yet, but definitely stick with us for that. But let's get into this. This is what this video is all about. This is I like to call it the Indian Larry twist. I'm not sure if he's the guy that was the first one to do this, but it's where I saw it first. When I was a teenager, he was building bikes on Discovery Channel, Biker Build Off. One of the things that he loved to do is build the down tubes for his motorcycles out of square bar, and he'd twist it with a rosebud back and forth until he got this really cool pattern. So I've used it throughout the years here and there. I've done twisting like this in brass. I've made the interior door handles with my pickup truck. It's just a really cool technique that kind of took me a little while to figure out from just watching it on TV, how to really do it. So today I'm gonna show you how. I'm Carl Fisher, Christina's behind the camera. Let's get into it. All right, so the first step to making twisted custom square bar the way that we like to do it, which is like a back and forth twist. It's not just twisting it one way like you see in a railing. They have tools to do that. Basically, it holds onto one end and the other end is either by hand or by power, like a hydraulic motor setup that twists the railing so it's like wrought iron. I'm not interested in doing that. I think it's way cooler when you twist it back and forth and kind of give it your own pattern, your own flair. That's what we're gonna do today. So what I like to do, since it's kind of rare that I do it, so I don't really have like a permanent setup for it, whatever we're gonna bend, I'll stick it in the vise, and then that holds the one end, and then I'm gonna need a prop, something to hold this kind of steady. I'd like to hold it, you know, for a few inches long so that I can make sure that as I'm twisting on the one end that I'm not applying any weird bends into it. Like, you want to keep this relatively straight, and as we're heating it, it's going to want to move around. So if you were to just kind of hover it and try and twist and bend this without having something to hold on to this end of the square bar, it'd be really difficult. I've done it. It'd be really difficult to keep it square and straight. First thing I'm going to do is just get some scraps. I'm going to get this little plate here. That'll be something that I clamp to the table. I'm gonna come up with like a little stand and then a little tray or a trough of angle iron so that this can rest on there. I'll just whip that up right now. Kind of something like that. Probably a little tall. Just notch this end a little bit for that to drop in. Something like that. %, good enough. Just tack that on. Okay. That's pretty much all we really need. Just something to hold on to this end so that when we spin it, we've got something to kind of line ourselves back up to. I'm gonna clamp this end down, get a couple of clamps on there. Okay, so the whole idea behind this type of a twist is we heat up sections at a time. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna heat up a section here, probably about 2 inches long, 1.5 inches or so. And you can do as much as you want. Like you can twist a section one way this big and then do a back twist and you can do whatever you want. I personally like it when it twists one way and almost immediately twists the other way. That's kind of, I think it looks the coolest anyway. But you can do a bunch of different things. This is just the regular twist. So I'm gonna heat up a small section. I'm gonna twist it one way. I'm gonna grab the other end with 2 crescent wrenches. And then we're gonna heat up the next section starting furthest away. We're gonna heat up one section with heat. And then to almost pull this heat to the next section, after this is twisted, I'm gonna start heating at this end of the next section. And when you start heating at this end, it almost feels like it pulls this heat up a bit. And then we can, you know, go over the second part and do our second twist. So you'll see what I mean in a second. We'll get going, I'll start doing it, and then we'll put a different lens on the camera so that you guys can really see what we're trying to achieve here. You want to get it nice and cherry red, nice and even, all sides. And then you don't really have much time. It kind of helps when you have a second person, really, because sometimes you got to keep heating it while you're doing it. But we'll see how far I can do it by myself here. And then while it's still hot, you want to try and get that scale off of it, because it's just the best time to do it. If you let it cool, that scale sometimes sticks to the metal. And it's nice and glowing red still. Our corners are sharp. You got to be careful not to heat it too much, or else you'll burn away the corners. So do it nice and slow. Get it up to temperature, and then we're gonna move on to the next one. We'll do one more twist and then we'll put the glasses on you. I'm starting at this further away side of the next panel. You can see how much faster it heats up now that it's already warm right next to it. Try and keep your flame away from the edges so you don't burn them. Now we're going to turn the opposite direction. So we did clockwise in the first one, we're going to go counterclockwise now. Okay, just about there. Okay. Turned out pretty cool. No matter what, your two bends will never be 100% perfectly the same, and I think that's kind of part of the reason why I like it so much, is that if you look closely, you can tell it's not possible to be done by a machine. This has got to be done by hand. What I like to look for, and something that I am kind of always tweaking my heat spots to try and do, is I want to make sure that when it goes from one direction to the other, that this curve here, ooh, look how hot that is. That's kind of cool. When it goes from one curve to the other, you don't have a flat spot or a sharp spot. I like to see that curve be really nice. We did really good on that one. It's kind of a trial and error thing. That is what you are looking for. So the wider the heat area, the wider your twist is going to be. Our first twist was narrower than our second twist. We'll see where this one comes out. Just about there. Give her one more go around. Beautiful. All right, we're gonna keep going with this a little bit. I know that we're still on green screen here, but for the rest of this, I'm just gonna put it on time lapse. We'll get a little further. You can see what a big piece looks like, all done up. Okay, there you have it. This is my favorite thing to do to square bar, hex bar. By the way, you can do this to hex bar. I've done it to brass as well. It works with brass. It's a little bit finer touch because you can't really see the heat as well with brass. You almost got to feel it. Yeah, I hope you kind of enjoyed this video. It's something that I just love doing. I think it looks really cool. I mean, check that out. I think we kind of nailed it with consistency too. Like if you look right down that, if you want to know how far I was turning, I did exactly 180 degrees each twist. So to get this type of a pattern, that's 180 degrees each twist. You could go full 360, you could go further than that. It's totally up to you. That's the artistic part about it. So this is it. I don't know what I'm going to use it for. It'll be something cool, I promise. But I want to show you in my truck. That is square bar brass that I've done here for my door handles. So it can be done, it can be decorative. Christina will tell you that I made her a metal flower out of hex bar brass and that I twisted up the stem and tried to be all artsy fartsy, thought I was cool for doing it. I don't know if I got brownie points or not, seemed like I did.
And a bracelet.
And I made a bracelet, that's right. I made her a bracelet just like that, square bar brass. I made her a bracelet, that's right. So if you wanna get funky, use brass because you can polish it really easily. It looks like gold, but it's not as expensive. That's it for Make It Kustom. I thank you all for watching. Please comment, like, subscribe, do your thing down there. Don't forget to click the link for metalreborn.com for that documentary that's coming out. It's something super exciting. It's all about the truck. You're gonna see the craziest footage. I break this thing multiple times during the process of the filming for that video. A lot of guys put a lot of effort into making that happen. So it's coming out in October. Don't miss it. MetalReborn.com, Speedline Filmworks. They've got a YouTube channel as well. If you want to check those guys out, be sure to do that. And we'll see you next time. Thanks everybody for watching Make It Kustom. That's all. That's it. We'll see you in the next one.